morning, good afternoon, good evening. What is this? This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. Episode 99, 1 week away from the big 100. Let's get right into it. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Friday. Oh God, what did we do Friday? I never remember Friday.
I wrote down what I did last week.
I should probably start doing that because I feel like I'm horrible at remembering what would I do on the weekend. Saturday, though, got up and did some cleaning around the apartment. Went out and we had to go to one of Paige's friends' apartments to pick up a package that was left at her door. She was out for the weekend, so we did that. Came back home. Paige had to study all day, so she studied. I played some Xbox, and then we ended up watching a couple movies later that night. We rewatched the original Twister movie because Twisters, the second one, is coming out this summer, and I love the original Twister. Have you ever watched it?
Yep.
Yeah. So we rewatched that. Great movie. And then Sunday did some grocery shopping. Paige had to study again, so she studied. I played Xbox again. I think, did we play Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. So we played a little bit on Sunday. I played some X Defiant, which Jake shit on me for, but a great game that's out now. And that was about it. I did watch some college baseball this weekend, which was fun. Was watching that on Sunday. Oh, I watched a lot of that on Friday as well. That was a lot of what Friday was. But, that pretty chill weekend for us. This weekend we have to fly back to Michigan for a wedding for one of Paige's friends, so I will be doing that this weekend. I'm sure it'll be jam-packed weekend for me, but it's been nice to have a couple chill weekends here in a row. Weather's been good, so yeah, that was my weekend. How was your weekend?
I had another busy yet fun weekend. Friday was a little more chill. Went to the gym after work. And then Sid and I made crunch wraps for dinner. And then Sid, myself, and my sister, who now lives with me, we played Wii. I think I got to stop saying now lives with me. It's been a while now, actually. It's been a couple months. So I think I'm going to officially drop that now. But Sid, my sister, and I, we played some Wii. We did some bowling. We did Mario Kart, some DJ Hero, some Guitar Hero. And then we played this little game called Blind Karaoke, where you sit in front of the TV, somebody cues up a song, and it's very hilarious to see how much you don't know the words to songs like you thought you did. I was terrible at it. I have no rhythm.
Is that the video Saturday, that you sent me of your sister was playing Blind Karaoke?
No, that's when we were playing DJ Hero.
Oh, okay.
That game is somebody's on the tables, just like Guitar Hero, it's got the buttons, and then somebody sings. So that's what that was. And then we went from that to the Blind Karaoke, so it was hilarious. And then Saturday, woke up. Our plans were kind of soiled. We were supposed to go to Grand Haven, but it was going to rain and just be shitty all day, so we ended up going golfing with her parents, Sid's parents. Played the round of my life. It was a short course. The longest hole was 400 and some yards. I hit driver twice the whole day, but the irons in the short game was incredible. I had so many one putts. The chipping is spot on, so the game feels good heading into the golf trip here coming up this week. It was fucking awesome. Then we went to dinner, it was like a late lunch. It was like 3, I think, maybe 4. And then we went back to Sid's place. We took a nap, actually, which is crazy. Sid doesn't really nap. I'm a big napper. I'm sure you remember from college. But it felt good. We took like a 30, 45-minute nap, which not to Jake's standards. Jake naps used to be like 2-3 hours. But with Sid, it's a quick 30 to 45. And it was good. It rejuvenated us. And then we watched a movie. You ever seen Manchester by the Sea?
I've heard of it, have not watched it.
Highly recommend. Very sad movie. It pulls on all your emotions. It's basically just this real depressed guy and his life and why his life is so depressing. It'll fuck you up. So we watched that. I saw it a long time ago, and I was like, Sid, you got to see this movie. It's like, buckle in, though. It's like 2.5 hours, I think. I want to say it was like, maybe almost 3. Long movie, but great movie. And then we watched the hockey game that night. I believe that was Panthers-Oilers, right? No. Sorry, Panthers don't play the Oilers. They play them in the finals. What game is that? Panthers-Rangers was Saturday night, and then Sunday was Oilers-Stars. So we watched Panthers and Rangers. And then Sunday went to the gym, got some groceries, cut my grass, made some food, and then we played games, like you said. So grass is looking tip-top fucking shape, let me tell you. I usually don't focus as much on the lines in the backyard because nobody sees it, but this time I was like, let me actually try to get some good lineage going here, and it looked bomb. So
you got to get one of those the push mowers for greens.
Yeah,
you gotta get one of those.
Those are dummy expensive if you didn't know.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Do you sand your yard?
No.
No. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks. You got to sand your yard.
You got to sand, and then if you ever have a low spot, you got to get some soil and flatten it out. So I thought about doing that. I got a couple low spots, but not anything yet. I'm very busy. Like I said, though, I got the golf trip this week. We actually leave Thursday morning. Our first round's at 11. Very fucking excited. Can't wait to talk about that next week. Get ready for a long weekend recap next week about my weekend and all the golf and all the rounds, just everything. So, Locks and Longshots. Locks, we're up to 17, 14, and 1 now. Still open, unfortunately, is Torkelson over 28.5 home runs. Look, I'm not going to mark this as a loss, but it's going to lose. I just can't give up on it too early and then be the guy that marks something as a loss. However, Torkelson got sent down. We'll get into that later. Sad day. However, last week we did have the Tigers money line, minus 148 against the Pirates. It got postponed to Wednesday for a doubleheader. However, Skubal still pitched, and we discussed before that this does still count, so we marked that as a win. We had the Panthers money line in regulation, minus 105. They ended up winning in overtime, of course. It was 3 overtime games in a row. That one was the third, so that was shitty. They controlled that game, too, from the jump. That's fine, though. This week, we're sticking with hockey, though. Under 5.5, Oilers-Panthers, Game 1, NHL Finals, minus 102. I love this line. Bobrovsky is playing stupid right now, and Skinner looked so good at the end of that series. You're going to have two teams rested up pretty good. It'll be a week since both of them have played. 6 days for the Oilers, I guess. So I really like this line. They're going to be a little bit slow. Goalie play is going to be top-notch. Under 5.5. This game's going to be 2-1. I'm calling it now. Maybe 3-1 with an empty netter. But I'm very excited for this series. Go ahead.
Also, with the Oilers, they only had 9 shots on goal their last game. They're more
10 shots on goal.
I was going to say, I feel like they're not shooting a ton. They're just efficient with it. So,
yep.
I mean, now you get Bobrovsky in there too. That's going to lessen the
They're going to have to, if they want to
efficiency.
compete, though, they're going to have to shift their focus from looking for high-quality shots all the time to just whipping them at the net and hoping to tip something or get it in, because Bobrovsky has been top-notch, and you're not going to have a lot of quality looks. But when you look at McDavid, that goal he scored on Sunday was what the fuck? Did you see that video? It's just, how does he do these things? Dude, he was coming up the left side, then he cut it back behind a defender, and then he snuck it in front of a defender so the goalie was blocked. It's how the fuck did you do that? It's just, with McDavid out there, anything can happen, but I still think it's low scoring both sides. A little bit scared for my Oilers. Well, actually, we'll wait. We'll get into that later. We'll do a little analysis. But yeah, under 5.5, I'm very confident in this. I'm pretty sure I've never hit an under in a hockey game as one of my locks, so this is the time. Long shots, 9, 19, and 1. Still open. Skubal Cy Young. Got it at plus 1,600. I'll keep saying it every week because I love to. Current favorite, still, plus 175. I think I saw plus 180 on FanDuel, but he's 175 on DraftKings. It's almost hedge time. If anybody tailed along with me, it's almost time to hedge and grab Burns. That's the only guy that's going to beat him. He has just been so goddamn dominant. Even when he gets roughed up early. Last night, he gave up a home run in the first inning, and then he was giving up hits, but he was fucking scratching and clawing. He ended up going 6 innings, 6 Ks, 7 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks. That's a great line. Those lines are is what gets,
and that wasn't even his best stuff.
No, those lines are the ones that are going to carry him to winning the Cy Young, because he's just going to do what he needs to do the rest of the year, and it's fucking fantastic. The Tigers are still competing. They're 500, so the eyes are still on them. I love it. It's so fun to track. And the Tigers to win the Central, that's dead. They're 500, but it's fine. Last week, we had the Tigers minus 1.5 and over 7. We ran it back with Skubal on the mound, plus 330. It ended up hitting. They won 8-0. We decided to count it, even though it was moved today. It was the same pitchers, though. And then Skeens, I said 8+ strikeouts. That ended up being plus odds. He ended up with 9, so we are counting that as well. That's a W. So 2-0 on the long shots last week. Here we go. This week, Mavericks money line plus 210 game 1. I don't have a lot of analysis for this other than the Mavericks looked very good in their series. The Celtics looked very good, but the Celtics swept, so they've been sitting for longer than the Mavs, and the Mavs are going to come out hot. Celtics are going to underestimate them. Bingo, bango, bongo. Mavericks win. Plus 210. Thank me later. Also, I'm adding another long season-long shot early, too. Terrion Arnold, Lions' new cornerback. His season total for interceptions is over 2.5. I love this. Plus 120. I think he can find a way to get 3. He's going to be out there just searching for balls. He picked off 5 at Bama in his last year. Obviously, college versus NFL is different. However, the Lions' schedule also favors this. We play a lot of mid quarterbacks. I don't think he's going to get one against those good quarterbacks, but you never know. And 3 picks, I mean, it sounds easy, so we'll ride. Your locks and long shots.
My locks. I am 29-17. I still have the Western Conference to win the Stanley Cup, so that will be the Oilers to beat the Panthers. I don't hate it. I mean, it looks all right. It's going to be a tough series, like Jake said. It'll be a fun series. Last week, I had the Tigers-Pirates Nerfy on Wednesday. Pitchers changed, but the Nerfy still hit, so we're going to count that as a win. This week, I'm going to go back to college baseball. I mentioned that I have been watching college baseball over the weekend. It is regional and super regional time. Regionals was this weekend, just finished up yesterday with some final game 7s. Super regional time, I got a good look at quite a few teams, kind of getting a feel. I went on a run on, Sunday was that I went on the run?
Sunday, yep.
Yep, Sunday went on a run. Yesterday was not as good, but there was only 4 games. I'm going to take Georgia to win their super regional. They're going up against UNC. Tough matchup, but I like what Georgia brings to the table, and I think they have more overall star power. They have I think it's Charlie Condon. I think that's his first name. He set the home run record this year, which was set by Jack Caglianone last year for Florida. He broke that record this year, and he is an absolute slugger. Probably going to be a top 5 pick, if not a top 3 pick this year. So I'm taking Georgia to win their super regional minus 150. That is a 3-game series starting on Friday. And then I'm going to kind of tail along with Jake on his Mavericks pick. I'm going to take the Mavs plus 6.5 in game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Love it.
It's the NBA Finals. It's going to be tight. Everyone is on the Celtics and thinks the Celtics are going to win the NBA Finals, which I agree they probably are. But I don't see this being a blowout of a series. I think the Mavs have kind of been overlooked and everyone's just all Celtics. You can't doubt Luka Doncic, and Kyrie's been playing good. I think the Mavs keep it close, especially in game 1. Rest versus rust. Maybe the Celtics are a little rusty game 1. So we'll see about that. Long shots, Juan Soto, regular season home run leader, still out there. This isn't on my long shots, but the Ellie De La Cruz future for stolen base leader that I mentioned in our baseball preview, looking great, by the way, especially with Acuna now injured. Last week, had Bo Bichette for Dinger Tuesday. That lost. I couldn't even tell you how many home runs were in that game. I think that was actually
0.
a low-scoring game. Yeah.
0 home runs.
Yeah, it was a gross game. So that was a loss. But then we had Brewers money line versus the Cubs last Wednesday. That was a dub. Brewers are on fire. Fuck Greg. So this week, sticking with college baseball, I'm going to go Tennessee to win the College World Series at plus 300. They swept their regional. They have a cakewalk through the super regional, playing the 4-seed Evansville. The 4-seed in their own regional. Evansville is not dangerous. Evansville just got hot for the regional. I believe they are the first 4-seed since. I'm not even trying. I couldn't.
Same thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a long time. I couldn't tell you the year, but it's been a long time since a 4-seed has won their regional. Don't get me wrong. Evansville did have to play some good teams. But Tennessee is the number 1 team in the country for a reason. They have a cakewalk through the super regional, and I personally don't think their side of what will be the College World Series bracket is going to be that tough. There's a few decent teams, but it's not like the other side. I don't think they get a true, really tough matchup until the finals, and I think it's going to be either Oregon State or Georgia. Maybe Florida can cause some trouble, but we'll see. I think Tennessee's got a pretty nice walk there. They are the favorite, though, plus 300. So And then I'm going to stick with another Dinger Tuesday pick. This one shocked me. Coors Field, winds blowing out. Reds versus the Rockies. Ellie De La Cruz is plus 460 tonight. A guy who leads the Reds in home runs, playing in Coors with the wind blowing out. You can get this at plus 460. This is my absolute favorite Dinger Tuesday pick tonight, and I think it's going to hit. So that's what I'm rocking.
When I was going to look at something, here we go. Game log.
By the way, I'm only playing 2 Dinger Tuesday picks. What?
He's the definition of due. He hasn't homered since May 11th.
Yeah, he's mostly been
so he's due.
Just on base and stealing bases. But if I... Oh, never mind. That was hit first home run. I was so confused. It said plus 1,000. I'm only running 2 Dinger Tuesday picks. With those. Yeah, I'm only running 2 Dinger Tuesday picks tonight because my account's pretty low. I'm probably going to go Ellie and somebody in the Cubs game because the wind is blowing out in Wrigley, and I've been sticking with that trend. It hasn't been working lately, but I hope that shifts tonight. So, also, Bryce Harper runs Tuesdays, but they're going up against the Brewers, so I don't think I can bet him tonight.
That's fair. By the way, just want to mention you are lagging a bit, so if you speak to me and I don't answer, it's because I'm catching up. So just to let you know.
Okay.
Nothing we can do about it now. We're in the thick of it. But MLB, let's get out a little bit of MLB real quick. We got some big news this week. First of all, Torque got sent down to AAA. This was long overdue. He can't hit a beach ball right now. He's just striking out, popping out. It's been bad. So this will be good for him to go down, take the pressure off. He did take Keston Hiura's spot, which I don't know if I like. I thought he was doing okay.
Yeah, that's the worst news of this whole thing.
But Torque got sent down. Hopefully he figures it out down there. I mean, he's going to end up hitting fucking bombs down there, and it's going to be like, why couldn't he do it up here? Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a thing for the rest of his career until we DFA him. So it's sad, but it is what it is. You know, you move on. The Tigers are competing, and this is a move that could help us out. We got guys down there that are hitting. So it's time to call up the young studs and let the young trash go to the curb. That's about it. That's all I got on it. You got anything else about Torquey?
No, the only thing I was going to say was the Keston Hiura thing, and you already mentioned that. I'm not going to lie. There's a little part of me that wants the Brewers to bring him back, but we have no room for him, so they probably won't. But
it would be cool to see a nice little reunion. The other big baseball news, let's see if I can say this right. Tucupita Marcano, if you haven't heard that name before, that's because he's a nobody. However, as we've been seeing a lot of in the news lately, gambling in the MLB is a very big deal. Tucupita Marcano played for the Pirates, and while he was injured with the Pirates, he decided, I'm going to bet on my team. So the MLB found this out, and they issued a lifetime ban from baseball to him because he bet on games that involved his team. My only thought on this, so they also did report, I don't know how people found this out, probably was released by FanDuel or whoever. He only won 4.3% of his 231 MLB-related bets. I believe they also said he only bet on like 20 to 30 Pirates games. But I have a conspiracy. The MLB makes up these numbers of how well they did. They did it with that translator too, I think. I think they do it to discourage players from betting, because a blind and deaf dog could hit bets at a 30% clip. And you're telling me this dude was 4.3%? That's fucking ridiculous. What does that work out to? How many bets did
I was just about to ask that.
231 times 0.043. So that means he hit 10 bets out of 231. So the only argument to that is the dude was in trouble financially somehow and was just doing dummy long shots to get it back. That would make sense to go 10 out of 231. But, I mean, seriously though, a blind and deaf dog could walk up to a wall that says Padres versus the Dodgers or something, and the Padres are going to win one of their 3 games in that series. It's just, that's insane to me to lose that many bets. So, what are your thoughts on all of it?
He was kind of a bigger name prospect coming up. Obviously didn't turn out, and he never was really able to stay healthy. Reports came out that he was betting a lot on the Pirates when he was injured. So I'm assuming that's part of the reason why he lost so many bets, is he was probably betting on the Pirates to win, and they just were not. 4.3% though, absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I could hit 4.3% of my bets if I tried, and lose 95.7% of my bets if I wanted to. I also think it's crazy that, so they ended up suspending 5. Was it 5 total, or was it 6 including him?
I think it was 5 total.
Okay. So everybody else that got suspended got a 1-year suspension. One of the guys bet a total of $90 and got a 1-year suspension. He was set to make $750,000 or something like that. It was pretty league minimum. Kind of crazy that $90 worth of bet, that could have been a total of 10 bets. Got him suspended for a year. Also, I find it crazy that all this is happening, and yet Shohei's an interpreter, in air quotes, bets millions of dollars and now pleads guilty. That actually came out today. Faces up to 33 years in prison, and we just completely sweep under the rug that Shohei Ohtani could have potentially been involved.
No, they did say their investigation cleared him.
Yeah, but is that because
they reported that today.
They just want to close it, or is that because, I mean,
he's the face of the league right now, so I think even if he was betting, they're not going to do anything about it because of the money that he generates.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. These no-name...
He could straight up Ray Lewis kill somebody and get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy that this betting scandal has become such a big thing this year, especially ever since the Shohei thing came up. And I don't know. It's just wild seeing all these players suspended, and whether or not Shohei had any involvement in it. I find it hard to believe. I keep saying it. I find it hard to believe that he had no involvement in it whatsoever, and came out completely clean-handed. But, yeah, it's been a pretty big deal this year.
It's crazy that they lifetime banned this guy, and then they're still fine having a partnership with DraftKings and FanDuel, though, whichever one they have a partnership with.
Yeah, I also don't understand that.
Go ahead and bet on this sport, but if any of our people do it, they're done. Come on.
Yeah, come on. All these leagues are now getting partnerships with these sports books and don't expect players in their leagues to be involved in any type of way and want to make money off of this partnership. But then as soon as any player in your league bets any type of thing, whether it be your sport or not, guess what? You're in trouble now. Maybe you shouldn't be partnering with this gambling association then.
Right. The only league that hasn't had a scandal, I mean, the NBA had one. The MLB now has a couple. NFL, obviously, with J-Mo and a couple of those other guys. The only one that doesn't is hockey. And do you want to know why? Because hockey's fucking impossible to bet.
I was going to say.
It's tough to make money on hockey. Those guys are I don't know. What am I going to do tonight? Am I going to shoot? Am I going to score? I don't know. So they don't fucking bet. That's why it's... So
yeah, and it's not like you can really throw a hockey game unless you're a goalie.
Right, that's the only way. It would be a goalie and just taking your under on saves or something. That'd be the only way to throw it.
Or just betting against your team.
Yep. If you're a forward, defenseman, anything but goalie, if you're having a bad night, you're going to get benched and you're done. That's it.
Well, in basketball, if you're having a bad night, they're not going to pass you the ball and you're probably not going to play as much. Football, if you're having a bad game, you could easily get benched, or just
in that respect,
I don't know.
Football, you're gonna, if you're having a bad game, you're gonna bet all your unders. Obviously, you're gonna do that on purpose. You can easily throw those. I guess you could also easily throw hockey by taking your under on shots and just not refusing to shoot the puck. That'd be the only way, I think. So, to put this in perspective, so Mr. Marcano there hit 4.3 of his bets, and we were saying, maybe they're all long shots. I went ahead and did the math on our long shots all time before we started reset. I was at a 36% clip, and you, who we joke all the time, it was horrible, you still hit at a 21.3% clip. So
I was
to go
throwing out crazy
4.3%, right, we throw out crazy ridiculous things. So 4.3%, dude, you're looking for lotto at that point. So
I was throwing out golf picks every week, and I've hit like 4 this year.
Exactly. This guy he gave up too early. That's it. He should have kept going.
Exactly. Every gambler gives up right before they're about to hit big.
Exactly. All right. Other MLB news. You want to talk about your Brewers quick?
Yeah. Brewers are scorching hot right now. 6-2 in our last 8. We just swept the White Sox in 3 games. We took 3 of 4 from the Cubbies. Joey Ortiz was just named Rookie of the Month. He is on fire and honestly making a case at Rookie of the Year. Obviously, Shota and Yamamoto are up there. But I would say Ortiz is probably in the top 5 for NL Rookie of the Year right now. He's been awesome. Unfortunately, pitching continues to be our downfall. Robert Gosser is now dealing with some elbow pain, which does not sound great. And if he goes down, we're fucked. Peralta hasn't been fantastic the last 2 or 3 times. We're throwing starters out there for 2 games a week at least. Basically doing bullpens 2 or 3 times a week. It's crazy. We have to make a move for pitching to be able to survive. I will say I did see a stat today. I believe it was on Instagram or Twitter. The Brewers currently have played the 13th hardest schedule in the MLB, and we've been 36-24, so middle of the pack on hardest schedule, but still leading our division by, I believe, 7 games. It might be down to 6 after last night. Rest of the season, we have the easiest schedule in the league. So if we could get a pitcher, we could easily solidify this division. Garrett Crochet is out there right now, available. The Padres are showing interest in him. Maybe the Brewers will do the same. But yeah, now is the time to make a push, I think, especially with some of these other teams struggling and us having the easiest schedule that we do coming up. The series against the Phillies this week started yesterday. We lost 3-1. I'm not going to say I expected us to win that game, especially against Zach Wheeler and us having Bryce Wilson out there. But for us to keep it, the best team in the league right now, the Phillies, to 3 runs against a used-to-be reliever, pretty decent. So I hope that we can fight with the Phillies here in the series and potentially get 1 or 2 out of it. But I'm excited for the rest of the season, especially with the schedule that we have. I just hope that we can make some moves to bolster this team. So
Joey Ortiz currently has the 4th best odds to win Rookie of the Year. Shota, Skeens, and then Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And then
I kind of forgot about Skeens, but
yep. Fun fact: the AL Rookie of the Year race is hilarious. You got Luis Gil. Is it Gil or Gil? It's got to be Gil.
Yeah,
he's the favorite, plus 125. 6th favorite, Wencio Perez, plus 2,500. He might just slide in there and steal it.
Sliding right in.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. Anyways, just want to mention that real quick. Yeah, I don't think I think the Brewers have a pretty strong lock on the Central with what the Cubs are recently doing and how everybody else looks in that division. So, congratulations. I think you called that preseason too. I think we all, me and Javi both said the Brewers had no chance. I'm just letting you know it's been a great season so far, and keep it up. You're probably fine. The rest of the division's trash, and you called it.
With the injuries, don't you
and I,
dare say it's fine.
Episode, we said we said, Brewers don't have a chance, and now they do. They're looking in firm control. So, real quick, NBA playoffs are starting. Not a lot of interest there out of me, but Mavs and Celtics, it's not bad. It's something new, something fresh. Celtics, they might be rusty, like you said earlier. Mavs are humming right now. What do you think about them having 3 days in between games? I think it's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
I think it's really dumb, especially considering that we had to wait like a week and a half between conference finals and the NBA finals. I get why they schedule it, but I feel like it should be like a floating date. Like the finals can be moved up if there's 2 sweeps or neither of the series go 7. That's dumb. But on the bright side, with the Mavs in the finals, you can continue to bet on Kyrie's over points.
Fuck you. For those that don't know, obviously nobody knows, I had a parlay in the game 4. It was real nice. It was Kyrie, 20-plus points, Doncic, 25-plus, Jaden McDaniels over 1.5 threes, and Anthony Edwards, 8-plus rebounds, or maybe 6-plus rebounds. And everything hit except for Kyrie. Kyrie finished with 16 points, and it was the only game since, I think, game 5 of the quarterfinals there, or semifinals, I guess, conference semifinals, that Kyrie didn't have 20. And then the next game, game 5 there, I didn't even bet on it because I was, so hurt about Kyrie fucking me. I forgot to mention that he went, 6 for 20 from the field, which is ridiculous. And the next game, it would have hit so fucking easy. I think it cashed in, the third quarter. So I was pretty pissed about that. So, needless to say, won't be betting on the NBA Finals. I'll be saving all of my dough for the NHL Finals. Speaking of, talk about a segue.
That was
good. We've kind of already pretty much hit everything that I've had to say. It's going to be a great Finals. Oilers being there is awesome. They haven't been good since their crazy run back in the, what was that, 80s, that they were fucking fantastic with Gretzky and everybody. So, I think it'll be fun. Bobrovsky's awesome. The Panthers, here's the thing. The Panthers are a very tough team, and I don't know if the Oilers are going to be able to step up to them. You got Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, just gritty dudes that are going to beat you up. Ekblad, these guys are going to beat you. Are you going to be able to step up? I don't know. The Oilers do have Evander Kane, a nice enforcer, but I find it, I'm obviously rooting for the Oilers. I want them to pull through. They're my backup team, like I've been saying, but I just don't know if they'll be able to step up.
You also can't not mention the fact that Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in how long?
Let's see, the last time Canada probably won was... it might be... No,
it's been a really long time.
Might be the Oilers back in the 80s then. No, the Flames won in the 90s, I think. Are you looking it up or should I?
I'm looking it up right now. I only have 2 reasons why I am cheering on the Oilers, and it's the fans with an S.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to bring that up. By the way, last Canadian team to lift the cup, 93 Canadians. So it's been 31 years. That's wild.
Embarrassing for a country that loves hockey.
Exactly. Over the weekend, a lot of new Oilers fans jumped on the bandwagon. A video came out of certain Oilers fan, very excited, and lifted up her shirt and revealed a couple of surprises. And that thing has gone mega viral. I don't think that I've ever seen the same pair of tits so many times on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's been incredible.
So many.
I think I have. It has had to have popped up. Gosh, she's got me speechless. It's had to have popped up 30 to 40 times on my timeline because I'm a big Twitter guy. I go on Twitter all the time, and it's just every other tweet was a different meme, a different Big Cat even tweeted it with coffee mugs on her tits. That was hilarious. And then, My Meme, their page just tweeted the video straight up. It was whoa.
And then, we got the...
I don't know. It's
the Florida Peas. Brooks Koepka's Florida Peas.
Yep. That's what it was. It was your Stanley Cup final. It was Brooks Koepka being fucking coked out.
I was gonna say,
and then the chick's tits.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be a great final, though. I can't wait to talk about it. I want to do a prediction for this one. I don't really give a fuck about the NBA Finals, but I'm going to take the Oilers in 7. I think this goes 7 no matter what, just because those home crowds are going to be wild. But yeah, I like the Oilers to finish it in 7. What about you?
I was going to take the Oilers in 7, but since you are and I brought up the Canada curse, I'm going to take Panthers in 6.
Fair enough. Yeah, I
don't
think
know if
either way it
McJesus
goes
can
6
get
or
it done,
7.
you know?
Yep. I would love to see the Oilers get it done, especially, I mean, like, the narrative is going to be like, oh, the Oilers 17 first overall picks finally paid off, because it felt like forever they were always first overall, but I think they can get it done. I think they can.
Well, the Panthers
but
just
I think it's
won
going to be
it.
a great fucking series.
What, did they just...
Panthers
they just
haven't won it
couple
in a
years?
minute. They lost last year.
That's what it was, yeah.
They haven't won it since like early 2000s, I want to say. They lost to the Knights last year. And then the year before that, they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe. But that just tells you, though, they got the playoff experience. The Oilers, they haven't really had a deep run in a long time. I think they lost in the West Finals like 2 or 3 years ago. COVID year, I think they lost in the West Finals. So,
well, that was
great,
when
though.
they did
I can't
weird.
fucking wait.
They did a Canada one and a U.S. one or whatever.
Yeah, which was fucking
weird.
dumb. That was them trying to get a Canada champion.
Yep.
Because let's be real, it's bad for the sport to not have one. So, what do you say we get into our little segments? I remembered the word this week.
Good.
So, today, for Who Tweeted It, we've got 2. And we're going to have you guess. I forgot that I was supposed to guess 2, but that's fine. So,
is it just us or is it random people too?
This is still just us. And then I think next week we'll do just us again, and then maybe we'll do a little multiple choice. Maybe next week we both find one.
Okay.
All right. So, first up here, we've got On Cloud 9 in all caps.
I think this was me when the Bucks won the finals.
Okay. Our first incorrect Who Tweeted It. It was me. And it was November 27th, 2021. Do you want to try to guess what it was?
2021. Had to be something Lions related. What was the date?
November 27th, 2021.
Feels like a... I don't know.
It was Michigan beating Ohio State for the first time in like 12 fucking years. That's what that one was. So as I was looking, I was like, oh, nostalgia. I got to use this one. So, yeah, good string of tweets there for the first time Michigan beat them. So our second tweet here, this was May 28th, 2022, and it says, officially declaring Clarity the song of 2022. And for those unfamiliar, that's that song that goes... That's the song.
I know for a fact this was you, and I guarantee it was during your 365 days of tweets, because I remember how much you fucking love that song.
It was not during the 365 days of tweets, but it was me. It was me. You are correct. And there was actually a reply here from you, and it says 2012 with an asterisk. I thought that was a pretty funny reply, so I decided to include that one.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
it's a good song, but
the singing there
was not the song of the summer. At least that summer.
I believe what it was is I had a reset of an kind of an EDM phase, you would say, and a lot of those were popping up. And I'm like, man, this would bang this summer. And I just kept thinking, like, man, if I could have been this age when this came out, like there's a lot of those songs out there. So, anyways, so next week we'll both come with one, and then we'll get into the multiple choice. That'll be fun down the road. So, guess who? Let's start with, we'll give you the years. Where's my delete button? Jesus. Get it together. There it is. Okay, it's not deleting. Let's do delete.
Wait, awards maybe?
Oh. There's your years.
Okay.
Let me cover that up, though. I don't like that. Can you read it? You might have to zoom in. I couldn't figure out how to get it bigger.
A lot.
Okay, perfect. So for years, Austin's looking at 2014 through 2022 for his career.
I don't fucking know. Let's say who would have retired last year? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
That would be 2 years ago, just letting you know. It would have been before last year's season.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was what I meant. I've got no fucking idea.
Just throw out a guess because you're not going to get it here.
Let's go. I know this is wrong. Aaron Donald.
No. Here's your awards. There was a pretty good string there. 2015 to 2019, 5-time Pro Bowler.
5-time Pro Bowler.
Here, I'm going to give you age and position, I think. Can you scroll up while I try to line this up perfect?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. All right, I just don't want to show team yet. Okay, you can come back down. So, now Austin is seeing that it's a wide receiver, and he's got the ages. Those don't really do much, but should help a little bit. But a 5-time Pro Bowl receiver from 2015 to 2019.
Ooh.
Fuck it. I'll give you the stats, too, while we're at it. That's not going to show anything. I think the teams is where you get it, really. God,
I think I might have a really good guess.
Okay. There's your stats if you want to change anything. So, he's got 3 1,000-yard seasons, a couple high 9s. Pretty good in that 5-year stretch there.
Yeah. Damn, my guess is not right once I saw the numbers. No. I was going to say Antonio Brown.
Pretty good guess. However, there would have been, in his awards, he won something. I want to say, like, Offensive Player of the Year. That would have been in the awards.
Yeah.
He had to have won one of those. So, let's give you the teams, and hopefully you'll snag it here. We'll do this, and we'll do career. So now, Frankie sees that he started his career in Miami, then he went to Cleveland, and then finished up in New Orleans in his last season.
Is this Jarvis Landry?
It is correct.
Nice.
I was hoping you would maybe get it before teams, but the one-shot guess on teams is good. I forgot he had that year in New Orleans where he didn't really play at all. What is that? He played, is that 9 games or 5 games?
He played 9. Okay. Only started,
I forgot he had that last year with New Orleans.
Yeah, he only started 3 of them. Which is crazy.
So that's your guess, too. So now, for our rank today, it's kind of, I couldn't think of a good name for it, but it's the rank of our sports teams. So, for example, myself, Lions, Red Wings, Tigers, Pistons, their seasons. So one season, like in our lifetime, where do they rank in our order? So who goes first here? I went first last week, so why don't you go first? Oh, we also decided that the other person is going to try to guess which season. So for your number 1, I'm thinking you probably said, let's see. That's the other thing is that we're probably not going to know the exact seasons for each other, so we'll just do some describing. So for my number 1, you're obviously a huge baseball guy. So there's 2 baseball seasons that stick out to me. I believe there's that one where Nyjer Morgan walked it off. I want to say it was the DS, but I don't think that's your number 1. I think it's the season that we lived together, and they had the game 163 with the Cubs, and they had that playoff run. I think they lost in the CS. against the Dodgers, maybe. But that's my guess. Am I right with that? Is that a good description? The game 163 with the Cubs, and they went to the CS.
Yes, that
right?
was 2018. That is not my number one. Is that your
number one? Okay. All right.
My number one is the Packers Super Bowl 2011.
I was thinking that with you being a bigger baseball guy, that would have been your number one, but I understand. Super Bowl is obviously, I don't know the feeling, but I got to imagine it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was great.
When was that? That was 11?
2011, 2010, 2011. We won in 2011.
Yep.
Just no feeling like it, especially being able to kneel the final play of the Super Bowl. Nothing beats it. I almost cried honestly, that day, and I wasn't even that old.
I bet you it would feel better to win on like a game-winning play. Like the Patriots in OT where they scored the touchdown in overtime. That probably feels better than a kneel, but a kneel is less nerve-wracking.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was still a close game. It came down to, I believe it was the final drive, and we made a stop on 4th down, and were able to kneel it. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but in the same time, just awesome. Like, disbelief, you can't believe that you just won a Super Bowl. And, yeah, I'm so looking forward to that feeling this year when Jordan Love does it, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. All right, what do you think my number one is?
So I have a couple in mind. First would be the Red Wings. The Red Wings won a cup since you've been alive, right?
Yep. 08.
Yeah, so that's on my mind. Obviously this year with the Lions is also up there. This year with Michigan winning the Natty is up there. I think I'm going to go Michigan Natty, number one.
It's a good guess, but it's not number one. Number one is the Lions this year. It is kind of crazy taking a not championship winning season. However, with all of the torture the Lions have put me through over the years, and I would argue that the Lions are my Brewers of yours in a sense. Like, it's my number one. Football's always been my number one. NFL's always been 1A. College football's 1B. And just never – I've only watched one Lions playoff game, maybe two. I don't remember how many they had there with Stafford, but they lost both in embarrassing fashion. So to win one and then win another and then the conference championship, like that feeling wasn't matched. Honestly, the run that I had as a sports fan from late December to February was incredible. I mean, you saw Michigan, the Lions, like that run will never be matched in my lifetime, I don't think. But just the Lions beating up on everybody, and also the way it was set up with 2022, how they came back from a shit start. So that feeling isn't matched. That's my number one. Also, the shared embrace with my father and brother when they won that first playoff game, and just seeing years of shittiness just leave my father's body, can't beat it. Your number two, the other ones I'm thinking about, so you got the Bucks championship. I don't know if you're throwing Knights stuff in there, but the Knights won last year, obviously. I don't know if Wisconsin's done anything that would make you, I guess, when they went to the Big Ten championship. But I think for your number two, I got to stick with the 18? That run? I think I got to stick with that. I'm going to still guess that for number two.
You're close. That is not my number two. My number two is the Bucks championship.
Okay.
That was one of the first years I really paid attention to basketball. Like fully, I was betting it almost every night. The Bucks were awesome. I went to a finals game and saw the Giannis block, the chase down block against the Suns. And I almost put it number one just because I was older and like got to physically be there for at least one of the finals games. But that was another one, kind of like the Lions for you. The Bucks had been so bad for so long, and then since like 2016, they finally started like getting better. And then the year before, they were really fucking good. They either set the record or were on pace to set the record for winning percentage that year. Didn't get it done. And then to finally get over the hump and win it all that year, awesome feeling. Another championship in the bag. Just seeing Giannis and the happiness there, and with all the rumors of was Giannis going to return or not, and then for him to win it, sign the Supermax, awesome season. So that's why I put that as my number 2. Your number 2, can you have the same year?
What do you mean?
So like you had this year with the Lions. Could you also have this year with Michigan?
It's any team, any year. Yeah,
okay, so I'm putting Michigan number 2 this year.
That is my number 2.
Yeah.
Not much to say other than the fact that it was just domination, man. Every game, it went into it feeling like we're going to win this game and we're going to march to the championship, right? And then the only one that was really close was the Ohio State game. I mean, Penn State, they handled. MSU, they obviously handled. The Big Ten Championship handled. And then Ohio State, it was close, but they got it done. Like, just the domination of it, and just we're going to run it down your throat. And also, like, the drama was a little bit concerning with the cheating scandal and all that shit. Harbaugh getting suspended, but just going back to that run of fandom there with the Rose Bowl, Alabama. First of all, playing in a Rose Bowl, awesome. And then beating Bama the way they did in overtime, awesome. And then the championship of going over to my parents, having some food, hanging out with my dad, watching that game, and then that embrace and celebration, winning that, and then getting home and just dropping bags of money on gear was awesome. Awesome. And also, it's the same thing with the Lions, the buildup of 22. Like, Michigan felt like they did better. They dominated more, and then they still lost game 1 to TCU. It felt like a letdown. So last year, I think I probably even said on this podcast, it was like, dude, if Michigan doesn't get it done this year, I don't see it because McCarthy's going to leave, Corum's going to leave, all these people are going to leave. So they got it done, though. It was that almost was number 1, but just Lions get the slight edge because I'm a bigger Lions fan than I am a Michigan fan, but just barely. I mean, they're right next to each other. So your number 3 then. If it's not a Brewers one, then I think you're a fraud. So it's got to be – I just don't know if Nyjer Morgan meant more to you or if that's even lining up. I think that was a playoff game to win the series.
It was.
Yeah. I think that might be higher than the heart – because you had some heartbreak with the other one. I feel like that first one, I feel like the Brewers were never really good, and then that kind of came out of nowhere, but it's before I really started paying attention. So I'm just going to ride it out. I'll fucking three-peat it. The 2018 game 163, playing the Dodgers, that's the one I'm going with. That's your number 3.
You're correct. Number 3, 2018 Brewers NLCS run. Specifically the Woodruff home run off of Clayton Kershaw. I would have, if they would have won the NLCS and went to the World Series, even if they would have lost the World Series, I would have put that number 1 over the Super Bowl and the Bucks championship. But because we lost the NLCS, I put it at 3. That was one of the most fun, specifically the Dodgers NLCS, was one of the most fun series I have ever watched. So many ups and downs, the heartbreak, but all in all, just seeing everything that happened and a pitcher hitting a home run in a playoff game to take the lead against against a all-time great pitcher. Just awesome. Add in the fact that we had to go to a 163 and beat the Cubs in Wrigley. I think we won 96 games that year. Just it was awesome. Yelich was an MVP that I think he won the MVP in 18. All Awesome roster. So much fun. Wish it would have turned out better, but yeah, still top 3 in my favorite seasons. So,
did Javi not come over for any of those games?
No, he was definitely there because I remember the Chris Taylor catch in left field. He was freaking out about. Do you remember that catch at all?
No. I don't remember him being over at all. I just remember I remember watching game 163, and I was like, I didn't even know what makes a 163, so that was a learning experience. And I remember the Woodruff home run, but I'm pretty sure we were texting. He must not have been over for that one.
I think he was there for the 163, or not for 163, for the Woodruff home run.
It's also a possibility that I just drank too much and don't remember too, because I can see myself doing that.
I remember us going back and forth on many things, and that was when I had to wear the Dodgers jersey and take a picture.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's clicking now. Slowly coming back.
Your number 3. I think I'm going to put the Wings championship at 3. I just don't know.
That's a great guess. It's an honorable mention because it was before it was 08, so I was 9 years old, so I don't really remember any of it. I go back often and watch the highlights, and I watch the game, but I don't remember any of it, so I didn't want to put it in there. My third spot is a Wings season, though, and it's actually this last year's season. Crazy that I have a not even playoff season on there. However, this season was built up as like the Wings could do it this year. They can make the playoffs. We haven't made it in a while. And then they started hot, and then they kind of got cold. But that end of the season run where they were just winning games in miraculous fashion, especially the last 2, scoring an empty netter to go to overtime and win it. Even though they got fucked on the point system, just awesome to watch that and experience that. So that's crazy that my top 3 of all time were this last year. That shows you the pain I've gone through for so many years, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Kind of loser talk not having playoff seasons in this list. But
if you were – because honestly, like, the Wings are probably my number 2 because you got the Lions are 1A, Michigan's 1B. The Wings are 2, then it's the Tigers, and then it's way down piles of shit. Number 4 is the Pistons. So the Wings being good this year and having those miraculous games, that was awesome to watch. So I'm just going to rattle off my honorable mentions, and then you can as well. So I had the Lions last year. Like I said, they kind of started shitty, came back, kept the Packers out of the playoffs. I love that, obviously. Michigan in 2022 and 2021. So 2021 was like the tweet. First time they beat Ohio State in so many years. They made the college football playoff. They lost, but it's fine. They got blown out too. And then 2022, I got to go to Nebraska with Javi. That was awesome. And then saw that game. That was a close game. The Ohio State game was awesome that year, just running all over them in Ohio State. And then my last honorable mention, obviously I mentioned the Wings 08. The 2012 Tigers. That was the year that Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown. They went to the World Series, but they got swept. And that soured my taste of that season so bad, getting swept in the World Series like that. Obviously, it was an even year. Nothing you can do going against the Giants in 2010 to 2014 there. They were just going to win it in the even years. It was God's plan.
I almost guessed that season, but I figured the Wings were above the Tigers. That was why I guessed the Wings, not the Tigers.
The Wings was a great guess. What about your honorable mentions? Let me try to guess some of yours. So Nigel Morgan has to be on there.
Yeah, so I actually made a list of 5 because I forgot we were only doing 3.
Okay.
So Niger Morgan came in at 5. That was the 2011 NLCS run, Beast Mode. Yeah. Yep. Number 4, I don't think you would have guessed this, was the Badgers basketball national championship run, where they lost to Duke after beating Kentucky, undefeated Kentucky, in the Final Four.
I didn't even think about college basketball. Michigan in I
almost
COVID
put
year,
2018 when they lost in the Natty.
Oh, Michigan,
you,
that was
yeah.
a good one too. I didn't even think about that. That's definitely an honorable mention. That's
Jordan Poole year, right?
And then was that 20? Jordan Poole hitting the fucking buzzer beater against those Houston fucks. Yep. And then, by the way, that Villanova team, holy shit, they had Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson. Was Jenkins still on that team? I think he was. Like, just an unreal squad. Yeah, I think he was. Because in 2016, he hit the buzzer beater to beat North Carolina. Yeah. But and then that 2021 year, when I had COVID watching that Final Four game, that year was fun. They were really good that year.
So then I had 3 more honorable mentions.
Let me try to guess one of your other ones. Let me guess one more. I feel like the Knights have to be on your honorable mention, winning it.
I actually didn't throw any Knights stuff on here.
That's fair.
Just because I don't pay enough attention to them.
Source of fandom.
One of them I already mentioned.
Packers. Oh, I totally forgot. But I'm going to throw in there, when we lived at Locale, the Packers that year, I think they lost in the conference championship to the Bucks. I'll throw that out as my last guess.
I did not have that on there. I thought about
That's
it.
Fair. You were pretty upset after that loss too.
Yeah, I put the Bucks year where they went 56-17, 2019, 2020, the year before they won the finals. That was the one that I already mentioned. I had the Brewers 2008 season with Braun and Fielder both hitting almost 40 home runs, and CC Sabathia was the midseason addition, came in and threw that complete game. No, he pitched on 2 days rest or something like that. It was incredible. And then the Packers' second half of this season.
That's fair. I was wondering if you were going to say something about this year. All right, that was a good rank. I liked that. Let's tackle some grid, and then we'll do our roulette spin. And then at the end of this, I kind of want to mention what I'm thinking for next week. I guess we could also talk off of this, but whatever. Oh, my stomach's kind of getting weird, man. I don't know what's going on here. So we got an interesting one here. We got across the top, we got Titans, Vikings, 5,000 receiving yards in their career. Going down, you got Cards, Seahawks, Bills. So for Bills and Vikings, you got Diggs. Bills, 5,000 receiving yards career, you got Diggs. I think you got to use Diggs for 5,000. Oh, no, I bet you 5,000 receiving, you go Beasley, right, for the Bills?
100%.
Cole Beasley, he's got to have 5,000. Yep. So then Vikings and Bills, we can do Diggs. And then 65%. Bills and Titans. You want to do Fitzpatrick there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. All right, Seahawks, 5,000 yards receiving. Who played for a while for the Seahawks? Doug Baldwin played forever. He probably got 5, right?
Golden Tate.
Golden Tate definitely did. Let's do Golden Tate. That's a little safer. Golden Tate. Yeah, 5%. Nice. And then Cardinals, 5,000 receiving. So you got the obvious Larry Fitzgerald, Hopkins, but I think you throw out A.J. Green.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Oh, Hopkins for Cardinals, Titans. That's what we're going to do.
Yep.
Hopkins for Titans. And then we're going to do A.J. Green over here. Bingo. 7%. Nice. All right. Now we slow down a little bit. That was a good run there. Adrian Peterson, Cardinals, Vikings.
Yep.
Did he play for the Cardinals, though?
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
Positive. It's 25%, by the way.
Oh, all right. Adrian Peterson. Patrick Peterson would have worked too, actually. Shit. All right, so now we got Seahawks, Titans, Seahawks, Vikings. I am running low on ideas. Seahawks Titans feels like a tight end or a kicker. Fat Randy, did he play for the Seahawks? I don't think so.
Did Blair Walsh, Vikings, Seahawks.
Nice.
Kickers.
Oh boy.
5%?
Right. Seahawks Titans for our back-to-back immaculates. Let's get this. Seahawks Titans.
Gino never played for the Titans.
Let's think like Legion of Boom. Cam Chancellor probably didn't go there.
No.
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 Tannehill, no. Josh McCown, no.
Matt
Running
Flynn,
backs.
no.
CJ2K, no. Matt Flynn, you throw out for every time we're thinking about backup quarterbacks. He played for like 3
I
teams.
know. Seneca Wallace.
There's got to be a receiver. We got to think receiver.
Josh Dobbs.
No. Josh Gordon? No. Should we do roulette and come back?
Did Josh Gordon ever make it to the
Titans?
Titans?
No, I don't
Wait,
think so.
what
I
was
think he went Patriots, Browns, Seahawks.
No, that was John Ross. Never mind.
What about Will Disley?
No.
It's so random it could work. I think we got to think defense there. Like, defensive end. Like, something Floyd. I don't know. Let's do our roulette spin.
Okay.
And then come back. I want to get that because that's going to be a good rarity score, I think. Do you have it going on your phone too?
Yeah, the grid.
Okay, so we'll do the guess on my computer and then save it on your phone just so we can see what percentage this would have got if we would have got it. 19 is our back-to-back here.
Why? Do you have a guess?
0, 2, 3, 9. No. We have such good numbers. I want to see what our score would have been if we would have got it. If we get it wrong. Just if we get it wrong.
Oh.
All right, how are our numbers doing? Not good. They're due. Nice. Look at this. 23 hit forever ago. What do we got hot and cold? 9's hot, 3's hot. Ooh, 22, 13, and 0 are cold. That's 3 cold numbers. Give me a lightning. There we go. What is that? 22. 22 is cold. It's due. 200X. Hit that 22. Oh, it's right there. 12. Do you see how that thing sat? Where's the bounce? It's been a minute since we hit, I think. All right, Where is this here? All right, Seahawks, Titans. Oh, I got to change this. Up 300 now. Seahawks, Titans, Austin, think. Wide receivers, DK Metcalf. Who's their backup? Devin Hester? No. God, who has played for the Titans? Corey Davis. He never went to the Seahawks. What about, like, linemen? What's that one right guard that had cancer? We should guess him, just out of respect.
No clue.
What about that Ricardo guy? Maybe
Patrick
he got a shot with the
Ricard?
Titans. No, his name was like Lockett, like not Tyler Lockett, but his last name was Lockett. But he retired with the Seahawks because he had a neck injury. Oh, we're running out of time. We got to get something here. What's our best guess so far? Josh Gordon?
Yeah. Marshawn Lynch never made it to the Titans, right? Not even in his old years?
No, that's a good shout. I wish
Eddie
we knew
Lacy?
like older
No.
Seahawks, older Titans. You know what would actually be a good guess would be that one linebacker that was super good out of Oklahoma. What was his name? He's like super popular. Ryan? No. He had like a mullet. Brian something. Let's see if I can find his name. I'm not going to guess it, but Brian. What was his last name? Brian?
Thomas?
What was his name? There's a documentary about him. He has a 30 for 30. That would have been a good guess. I don't know. I don't know what his name is, though. Come on, think. Punters, kickers.
I got nothing.
Oh, I got nothing. Do you want to just throw out Josh Gordon? Let's throw out Josh Gordon. Oh my God! It counted. We got it. What the fuck? Holy shit!
I knew fucking Matt Hasselbeck. Damn it!
Hey, Josh Gordon. Holy shit! That shit worked.
253 is not bad.
253. 9 out of 9. 253. Warren Moon. I literally said him too, or maybe I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. Oh man, that was awesome. Adrian Peterson played for both of those.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he played for the
Receiving.
Titans. I didn't know
Josh Gordon really played with them? Josh Gordon played 2 games with the Titans in 2022 and 5 with the Seahawks in 2019. What a fucking pull.
Can you hear this helicopter landing
if anybody knows that person I was
apartment?
thinking of. No, we can't hear it.
You can in the recording.
What Dad, if you're listening to this, the linebacker out of Oklahoma that played in like the 90s, and he played for Seattle, and he sucked. But that one time I think he tackled Bo Jackson. What the fuck was that guy's name, Dad? Text me. God, I need to figure out that guy's name. All right, 9 out of 9 though to finish it off. Not bad. I just wish we would have hit our roulette. You know what we should do? Check if we would have hit if we would have waited. That's something I don't like to do. So this would have been ours. We'll end the episode though. They don't care. So, everybody wish me luck on my golf trip. I can't fucking wait to tell you guys about it next week. Let's have a great weekend. Hit some tanks, door some tutties, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.